Hello, I'm CJ Willerman. Please don't forget to subscribe to our show. Now let's get into it. This is the episode the Israeli government is desperate for you to never see. And it's why several attorney generals in the United States have threatened to arrest journalists who broadcast what we are about to reveal in this program. The unspoken truth about the Palestinian resistance group known as Hamas. Because Israel knows that when you understand the history of Hamas, along with its actual motives and objectives, then you will come to see how Israel lies about almost everything and everyone, especially those who dare to resist its criminal occupation of Palestinian lands. You see, Israel needs Western audiences to believe its conflict with the Palestinians is about religion and not about the territory it stole from them. Because the Zionist occupation cannot survive without Americans believing Israel carries the flag for Judeo-Christian values against Islamic extremism in the Middle East. This makes Hamas, an Islamic resistance group, the perfect decoy, because Israel has worked hard to conflate the Palestinian liberation struggle with Islamic extremism and anti-Semitism as a means to hide its criminality and brutality, which is why Israel has always viewed ISIS or Al-Qaeda attacks on the United States as an opportunity to spread Zionist propaganda to American audiences. I mean, even a senior aide to Netanyahu told US lawmakers that 9/11 and the Boston bombings were the best thing to happen to Israel.
I think if you look historically, there was a big change after 9/11. I'm sure that after the bombing, the tragic bombing in Boston, I believe that people will identify more with Israel's struggle against terror, and I think we can maintain that support. I think there's strong bipartisan support in the United States for Israel. I think it's critical. It's a critical asset for Israel that support remain bipartisan.
Now you see why Israel tries to make a non-existent connection between Hamas and ISIS in the minds of ordinary Americans. And it performs this sleight of hand by repeating this lie over and over again in the media.
They are savages. Hamas is ISIS. And just as the forces of civilizations united to defeat ISIS, the forces of civilization must support Israel in defeating Hamas.
By falsely linking Hamas, a legitimate resistance group, and the governing authority of Gaza to ISIS, an illegitimate terrorist organization, Israel wants Western audiences to believe Hamas is the poster child for Islamic extremism and anti-Semitism, and that it aims for nothing more than to kill every Jew on the planet. Because by anchoring Hamas to anti-Semitism, the self-proclaimed Jewish state can claim it's defending itself from rabid Jew haters, therefore making Hamas the perfect weapon of misdirection. So, for the remainder of this episode, I will reveal 3 truths about Hamas that Israel is desperate to keep hidden from the world. And we start with Israel's claim that Hamas is motivated by anti-Semitism and not resistance to its illegal occupation. A claim that is an easily provable lie. In fact, the revered founder of Hamas, Sheikh Ahmed Yassin, said he loved the Jewish people but hated Israelis only because they are illegally stealing and occupying Palestinian land.
احنا ما بنكره اليهود ونقاتل اليهود لانهم يهود. اليهود اهل دين واحنا اهل دين. احنا بنحب كل اهل الاديان. اخويا هذا اللي من امي وابويا اللي دينه مسلم اذا اخذ بيتي وقربني منه انا بقاتل اخويا. قاتل ابن عمي اذا اخذ ارضي وبيتي وقربني. فلما اليهودي ياخذ ارضي وبيتي وقربني منها كمان انا مستعد اقاتل. أنا ما بقاتل أمريكا ولا بريطانيا ولا دول أخرى. أنا كل الناس معهم بالسلام. بحب كل الناس وبحب الخير لكل الناس. كمان بحب الخير لليهود.
Little wonder Israel assassinated him in 2004. This is what Israel does to anyone who tells the truth, particularly those who expose Israel's #1 lie, about the conflict being about religion and not an illegal occupation. And this is why Israel assassinated Hamas co-founder Abdel al-Rantizi, 4 weeks after he explained clearly why comparisons between Hamas and Al-Qaeda are patently absurd.
Zionist propaganda against Hamas. No, we are inside Palestine. We are acting only inside Palestine, and we are resisting occupation and nothing else. And we said many times, our operation will continue just inside our border here, inside our country.
Hamas has been crystal clear about its motives and objectives since its founding in 1987, the year Israel waged a full-scale war against Palestinians in the occupied territories, known to them as the First Intifada. I mean, even today, the official spokesperson for Hamas in Lebanon speaks clearly about the organization's aims.
What we are saying clearly, that we don't have a problem with the Jews for their religion. In fact, we respect their religion, we respect Moses, and we believe him like we believe in Muhammad. It's not a religious war. It's not a religious war. It's an occupation for our lands. Whoever will occupy our lands, we will fight him to be independent, to remove the occupation. If they are using the religion against us, it's their problem.
Okay, this is the part where pro-Israel propagandists point to some examples of anti-Semitic language contained within Hamas's founding charter of 1988. Well, let's unpack this propagandized talking point. And we go back to 1987, the year before the original Hamas charter was published, when Israel rejected a peace proposal from Hamas in which Hamas promised peace if Israel withdrew from the occupied Palestinian territories, released Palestinian detainees, restored Palestinian rights, and allowed Palestinians to elect their own representatives. An offer that was flatly rejected by Israel because the Zionist regime has zero intentions to withdraw its nearly 1 million illegal settlers from the occupied Palestinian territories. In fact, Israeli leaders talk openly about ethnically cleansing Palestinian land and expanding their settlement enterprise, which is why Israel has rejected all 5 peace deals proposed to them by Hamas since 1987. Now read that again. Israel has rejected all 5 of Hamas's peace proposals because Israel has zero intention of ever ending its criminal occupation. Therefore, Hamas, acting out of anger, wrote some particularly nasty things about the Jewish religion in its founding charter. This is normal human reaction to an occupying force that refuses to abide by international law. Here's the Jewish American academic Noam Chomsky to explain.
Let's look at the Hamas charter. The Hamas charter was written by maybe half a dozen people in 1988. At a moment of an extreme Israeli attack on Gaza. It has no status. They've repeated over and over again that it doesn't apply anymore. And if you're interested in charters, why keep to that? Take the governing party in Israel, Likud. It grew out of Cherut. That's its ideological center, Begin's Cherut, Netanyahu's Cherut. Its position, never changed, is that the land of Israel, that the entire land of Israel belongs to the Jews. That includes today's Jordan, okay? In fact, the old slogan was, both sides of the Jordan. That's ours, and this is too. They've never changed that, so that's their charter. Did anybody pay attention to it? Of course not.
As Mr. Chomsky noted, Hamas updated its charter in 2017 to remove anti-Semitic language, stating clearly it's seeking only to end the occupation and it will respect a Palestine based on pre-1967 borders and in accordance with international law. But this is where you get to the really perverse aspect of this story. That at the same time Israel deliberately mischaracterizes Hamas objectives and rejects its numerous peace deals, Israeli leaders not only encourage and praise Hamas for helping Israel kill the two-state solution, but also it was Israel that funded Hamas as part of its strategy to divide and conquer the Palestinian people.
But once the Israelis invaded and occupied the Strip, they didn't just turn a blind eye to these Islamists, they encouraged them. See, the Israelis, especially right-wing Israelis, wanted to undermine the power of the dominant Palestinian political force at that time, the nationalist PLO, at the heart of which was the secular Fatah party of Yasser Arafat, their bête noire.
And whereas Hamas has never once vowed to commit genocide in Israel, Israeli leaders talk openly about committing genocide against the Palestinians, while invoking the Bible and threatening use of a nuclear bomb. This is one reason among many why Jewish Holocaust survivors say Israel is 1,000 times worse than Hamas, and that Israelis are brainwashed with a warped understanding of history.
Most Israelis are not aware of the history of what the Palestinians have suffered. They don't know that in 1948 there were multiple massacres of large numbers of people by Israeli forces. They don't know the history, the subjective experience of the Palestinians.
And speaking of history, Israel wants you to forget that Hamas came into existence a full 2 decades after Israel began illegally occupying Palestinian land. In other words, Hamas does not exist without the criminal Israeli occupation. Watch a Hamas fighter explain why he joined the resistance.
He used to be a gym trainer, but life under Israeli occupation made him change course.
أكثر شغلة أثرت فيه اللي هو استشهاد صاحبي. من ناحية تاريخ استشهاده بجزء 2013 استشهد. أثر فيه كثير يعني. إحنا اللي عايشين مع إسرائيل وإحنا بنقدر نكبر شو إسرائيل شو بدها. إسرائيل بدها كل فلسطين وبدها تقتل الشعب الفلسطيني وتشرده وبدها إيانا نبقى عبيد عندها. إحنا نقاوم الاحتلال. مستحيل إسرائيل تعمل حل ثاني غير المقاومة، إنه حل سياسي أو إنه في هدنة أو سلام. مستحيل.
I mean, even Elon Musk, an avowed Zionist, understands why ordinary Palestinians are tempted to join Hamas.
If you kill somebody's child in Gaza, you've made at least a few Hamas members who will die just to kill an Israeli.
Ultimately, the criminal Israeli occupation of the Palestinian territories cannot be defeated until a majority of Americans and Europeans understand the lies and falsehoods Israel uses to mislead its Western allies. This show is dedicated to exposing all of them, which in turn will finally bring freedom and justice to the Palestinian people. Anyway, that's my time for today. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and we kindly ask you please support our effort to expose and confront injustices in the Muslim world by becoming a member of this show at patreon.com/CJWhirleman. This show is made possible only because of the support we receive from our patrons and YouTube members, and we can't thank you enough. It's just a simple reality that we can't produce, sustain and grow this show without your help, and we offer exclusive benefits to those who do. But for now, good night, good morning, wherever you are, and stay blessed.